I'm Catherine, and I'm here with Elita. She's a graduate of the master's program at SCAR, and she's going to be talking to us today about starting a project to reduce gun violence in the U.S. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk about this.
Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
I graduated from the master's program at SCAR last spring, and I'm also an injured survivor of the Virginia Tech shootings.
Oh.
And I advocated for 3 years on better gun laws and mental health laws in America. And afterwards, I went to SCAR and attended the master's program, and I learned more about the conflict resolution approach and more about common ground approach.
Okay.
And when Sandy Hook happened last December, when the tragedy struck, I wanted to come back again and focus on these policy issues, on school safety, mental health, and gun safety.
Okay.
And I had the opportunity actually to work with the Vice President's Task Force to reduce gun violence.
Oh, wow.
And submit, a policy proposal that had practical recommendations based on these 3 issues. And I had the opportunity to give those recommendations in person to the Vice President and to the Attorney General at this White House meeting for gun safety advocates in
That's
January.
great. In January.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after the Sandy Hook shooting, you did this. Okay.
Right. And ever since then, I've been working on on these issues and working with members of Congress and different organizations as part of the response. Ever since that meeting, I've been working with the task force to reduce gun violence in America, and also working with numerous organizations and members of Congress on these issues. And I'm currently updating the policy proposal, and I'm working on a new project, and I'm hoping to bring, I'm hoping that SCAR will be involved.
So why are you interested in starting a project here at SCAR to reduce gun violence?
Well, because I graduated from SCAR, and I plan to, one day have a PhD in, conflict resolution as well. And part of our training here is to be neutral, to have that, common ground approach, to think of the long-term solutions that are, lead to sustainable peace, and to focus also on the underlying issues. So, for example, for this conflict, we would probably study, the underlying issues, not only just gun safety laws, but it will be what is causing, the violence. And I think that's one approach that's, and this different perspective is really refreshing, and I think there's a lot of experts at SCAR with different, backgrounds and expertise, and we need, practical solutions from this unique perspective, and come up with, creatively and innovative, solutions. And I think SCAR is perfect for that. And also, SCAR is a state. George Mason is a statewide, university. It's a huge university in Virginia.
Yeah.
And also, the SCAR has a long-standing reputation of leading in the field of conflict resolution, and not only in international conflicts, but also in
domestically as well.
Yes, exactly.
Could you discuss some of the objectives of this SCAR project that you're proposing?
Sure. What I'd like this project to bring in, graduate students and interested faculty members to have to be part of this opportunity of this national response to Sandy Hook, and also to reduce gun violence. And I think because of this different background and different approach, I think it'll be very interesting to what comes out of this project and what solutions will come out of this project. And it'll be a way to to showcase, I think, our skills and experience to our local communities, and also the nation on what we do at SCAR, and that we are active responders to violent conflict. So the idea is, for my project, I'd like to involve SCAR faculty members and graduate students to come up together and bring practical solutions to help reduce gun violence. And my idea is to have graduate students work in teams
Okay.
And so one team could focus on mental health, and one could focus on gun safety, and one could focus on school safety. And for example, in the gun safety group, there could be, let's say there's 10 students that focus on
Gun safety.
gun violence prevention, and then 10 students will focus on, gun rights. So
Okay.
then you can have, they'll dialogue and talk to each other and come up with solutions. Well, what I like to do is build upon this policy issues that I've been working on these past few months, and work with SCAR's faculty members and graduate students in the national response to reduce gun violence in our communities and in our nation. So my project idea is to have teams of graduate students that will be supervised by faculty members that'll focus on either mental health or school safety and gun safety.
Okay.
And for example, there'll be half of the team could focus on pro-gun side, and then half would focus on anti-gun side, and they can dialogue together and bring down practical solutions together. And so, and I think this would be a great way that SCAR can showcase our skills and experience in conflict resolution and be part of this current event, one of the top public policy issues.
So Alata, is there anything else that you want to share about this project?
Yes, actually, next week there will be a interest meeting that we're going to be holding to see if there's any graduate students that are interested in participating in this model dialogue and part of this project, and we'll go further in depth about what our objectives are and what our goals are, and we'll also have a flyer up on the website soon. So
Okay. So they can find information for the meeting.
exactly, you can contact me.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much.